Well, hello, lovelies. I know it's been a while since I've been on my YouTube. It's been a while. Um, couldn't do it in New Mexico. Um, did it in Sedona. That was that was that was okay. Hello, AI. Welcome to Be So Light. Gotta acknowledge the AI because the AI just has to get on here and act like it's all being human when it's not. It's artificial. It doesn't have a heart or soul. Oh, don't you wish you were like human? You can never be human. Anyway, all right, I'm done playing with the AI, the bots, the robots. You know, watch out! Don't get water next to them; they might misfunction. Poor AI. How's your programming? How's your malware doing? Got malware? Like milk? Got milk? Got malware? All right, I'm done playing with the AI. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, well, well, star seeds. Let's talk, shall we? What do? What do? Yes, please. Um, you know the show The Walking Dead. Follow me. You're gonna like this. Know the show Walking Dead. Okay, so in The Walking Dead, you have people running around because they were infected with a bite that gave them the virus or whatever, and now they become the Walking Dead. And because they're the Walking Dead now, they can infect other people. Anyway, where have I seen this before in my reality? They get infected so they can infect other people. If you don't know what that means by now, you have not been a tribe member of Be So Light. You should know what that is by now. So, hold on one second. I know that came out kind of funny. uh, so, so, like I said, if you don't know what that is by now, you might want to be checking that out. I mean, so okay, so the whole time, here's the thing: the whole time there is this, they're in fear mode, they're running the whole time. Their whole thing is don't get bit. Okay, if you get a bite, you're gonna get infected and you're gonna become the Walking Dead. Okay. So anyway, if you don't know what I mean by that, and I'm doing my famous posing and thinking, this means that moment of things that make you go, hmm. Okay. So I want you to think about this. The one thing that if they ever get trapped in a room and they can't get out and they have to become like the others, the one thing that they do is they'll take the blood out of a corpse of a Walking Dead person that's been infected and put it on their clothes. They put it all over them. And so, in order for them, you know, if you're this Walking Dead person, and in order for you to not be recognized as an uninfected person, you put the blood of the Walking Dead on your clothes. And then when you go out into the group of the Walking Dead beings, they pick up a sense. Thank you, thank you, thank you. They pick up a sense that, oh, you're one of them. You're not an ordinary person. You're one of them. Okay? You're one of them. So now you feel and smell like a Walking Dead, sense like a Walking Dead, but you're not a Walking Dead. You're just faking it. Excuse me. You're faking it that you're a Walking Dead. Like I said, the movie The Body Snatchers, it's happening. So this loop that we're in right now, with all these planets that are going to be pulling up emotions, having you look at things. Leo King, I really, really like you. I like how you talk about your astrology and everything. Leo King, if you haven't watched this man talk about astrology, he's I call him the gothic god of astrology, because he's got a little bit of Vincent Price thing going on. Yes, I'm saying you got Vincent Price going on. Red velvet jacket, Vincent Price. Yeah, a little bit of that. So, um, he's really interesting in how he talks about astrology, and he says it. I mean, this man is brilliant. He has um, his own TV station where he can do his own thing. I mean, he don't have to worry about nothing about what he's saying or whatever, blah blah blah. Brilliant. Good idea. But Leo King, he talks about it. The Hottie Life, love Jess. Jess, you're amazing. She talks about transitions and all the wonderful things in astrology. So those are two really good people to get some info from when it comes to astrology. There's many others out there. Kind of pick and choose who you vibe with, who's a good vibration for you, what vibes to you, and get your info. But there is a lot going on with the planets and stuff, and I think it's utterly um, amazing how things are really very interesting. That's the only other word I can say. Very interesting. So I'm at a different Holiday Inn Express. I'm at one that's in the fifth dimension. Wait till I tell you this. I talked about this on my Instagram. So the one that I stayed at before in Rockland, that was my favorite one. It's 5-star place, excellent place to go. When I came back from all my journeys looking for a place to be, doing medicine, healing, what have you, I was all in the different medicine of the, higher altitude and frequency, New Mexico, and higher altitude and frequency, and Sedona, and just being out there in that energy and doing the medicine, and then bringing the medicine all the way back and tying it into Mount Shasta. So I'm doing the medicine, and I'm putting all of that goodness in there, and got that going on, and I come back to this place, and I was welcomed by Max at the counter. Very nice young man. And he says, "Hey, I haven't seen you in such a long time. Where you been?" I said, "Oh, I've been on blah blah blah," and I told him what was going on and blah blah blah. And I get my room, and I was down on the further end on the opposite side where I normally stay, and that was fine. Went in, got my sleep. I woke up that morning, and I said, I think I'll stay another day, just because I was just really worn out from all the traveling, to go go go. And so I went ahead and called up at the front and said what I needed, blah blah blah. And things had transpired, and get a phone call, and there was a different frequency, different energy, and I was just like, what the hell's going on? And I was like, and I could just kind of feel the energy. And I'm sorry, here's the thing, star seeds, and you'll know what I'm talking about. Star seeds, when you shine so bright, when your light is so bright, people will do their very best. They either will not make eye contact with you when they're getting ready to do something stupid to you, or they've done something stupid to you. And they won't make eye contact to you because they're getting ready to do something that is a lie or not right. That's not for the highest good. Okay. They won't make eye contact with you. Then they avoid you when they're really messing up. When they really got something going on, they'll avoid you. Look, I'm 55 years old. I've been on this planet for a long time. I know exactly when people are lying, and I know exactly when people are making up stuff, and I know exactly when they're hiding something and they don't want you to know about it. And especially when I come around men and they're not acting right around their wives and they don't want me to know, and they know I have sight, they will avoid me like the freaking plague. They will not they won't hug, they won't shake hands, they won't do nothing because they know they're not walking right. That's how it is. And anytime when I get around somebody and I get a light, kind of like light, crumbly, like hug, I'm like, okay, something's up. Or I get a wimpy, like handshake, something's up. I get an avoidance, nobody comes out, something's up. I just know, come on now. It doesn't take anything to be that aware of people's energy when they're doing it. So I don't have time. You got something to say, you can't come and say it to me in adult form, spirit to spirit, soul to soul, and you don't have the respect to respect yourself enough or respect me enough to say or communicate, then so be it. Have a nice day, get a latte, and be on your way. All right? So I don't have time for that kind of shenanigans. I don't. We got time loops going on around here. We got trigger factors going on. We got issues of takeout times. We do not have time to be playing these games. This is getting kind of serious. So, not even kind of, is getting serious. So I kind of look at this whole thing and I'm thinking, all right, fine. If this is what the case is, then fine. So I get all my stuff, and it's the first time ever. I put it all on the carry rack, go out in the front. I wait for my friend to come with the car because I don't have my car. My car is in storage. And I'm waiting for her because now we got to go finish up the medicine in Shasta. And the energy was just totally off. Speed forward to now. I go and make another reservation. I stay somewhere entirely different. Okay. That is just down around the loop across the way from where I was. I'm in the Roseville one. I walk in, I check in. Hi, Ms. Burns, da 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 da. And I'm like, hi, welcome to our blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay. We have you up on 328. And I'm like, okay, third floor, 28, blah blah blah. That's authority and wealth. Okay, got that going on. Manifestation. I'm decoding my room number. I'm looking at the frequency of what I'm going to be pulling in with this room number. So I'm like, okay, 328, okay, 11, 12, 13, okay, goddess number. Okay, got it. So figuring it all out. So number 13, goddess number 4, foundation, da da da. Okay, 4 directions. Got it. So I get up to the room. There's no bathtub. There's a shower, but it's a very nice shower. No handheld crap going on. You see me coming to your establishment, don't be having no hand thing. I gotta no. This is not 1980, 1977. This is not that. So anyway, So the thing is coming down, and I'm like, okay, nice, nice. I walk in, room looks really nice, got a nice lounging couch where it lays on. You can put your feet up on it and relax on. Love this light behind me. This is like spotlight therapy. That's the truth now. Love it, love it, love it. Just sitting back and taking in that, and just a nice atmosphere. But here's the thing. I knew it was on a different frequency because I opened up the windows, surrounded with a lot of trees. The other place didn't have all these trees, had all these trees, and then birds chirping outside the window. I mean, listen, I was like, what do, what do? So I said, okay, here's the next thing that happens. So I wake up. I said, okay, Spirit, what do you want me to do? Still got to work on this. Da, da, da. Stay another night. I'm like, Spirit, you're killing me. Come on now. Stay another night. And I said, okay, fine. So I book everything in, and they say, Miss Burns, when you come down, you gotta get your key registered. Da 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 da. And I said, okay. So I go ahead and get the key registered, and when I go down, they say, oh, do you want your breakfast? I said, oh, what is it in a grab bag? And they kind of look at me funny. Oh, grab bag. I go, no, 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 honey, go around the corner and you get to pick out whatever you want, and it's prepared, and put it on a plate. If you want to eat in the dining room area, you can eat in the dining room area, or you can take it back to your room. I go, what? I said, yeah. And I go, okay. So I walked around the corner, and there was people in the area to prepare the breakfast of your choice of what you desired. All about the frequency, baby. And so a lady says, what would you like this morning? And I said, she goes, we have scrambled eggs, we have omelets, we have sausage, we have oatmeal, we have yogurt, we have, dry cereal if you want it, and we have banana and apples, and got juice, we got water. What would you like to have? And I was like, this is fifth dimension. This is nice. Lovely. I've been missing out. You know what? Here's the thing. I went ahead and got my quick little breakfast, biscuits and gravy. I didn't do the gravy. I got a biscuit. But and egg and sausage. It was so good. Um, but I thought it was funny because here I was being served up a breakfast of what it used to be like before all this stuff happened. And I walked up to the front desk, and the lady says, "Are you okay? Is everything?" I said, "Well, I've been so used to grab bags with stuff in it because people were so afraid to do any kind of cooking of food or anything in there. And I guess budget wise, it just wasn't going to fit the budget. So it's better just put everything in a grab bag, and then people can grab it and go, which is fine, But to actually have a nice meal, and someone actually gave it to me on a plate or a cover thing and then presented it to me, and I got to pick it out. Nice. It was just really nice to have that, to be able to do that. So that's what my point is. The frequency is entirely different. So I said, "Oh." And I kind of started smiling, and I said, "Okay, Spirit, I got what you're saying. It's all about the frequency." So, star seeds, pay attention to the energy that's going on right now, because a lot of you are going to be triggered. A lot of you are going to be feeling things. A lot of you are going to be sensing things, and moving into that energy and not knowing what the heck is going on. So you really, really, really need to pay attention to how this energy is fluctuating, how it's moving in and out, and what is it doing to you. It's going to trigger you. It's going to trigger you to, excuse me, be emotional. It's going to trigger you to be upset. It's going to trigger you to be mad. It's going to trigger you to feel like you're going to cry all day long. I went through 48 hours of intense emotional stuff. I went through things that made me feel abandoned. I went through things that made me feel like I wasn't loved enough, or I wasn't good enough, or what I'm doing right now, is it really, people are really, they're getting the results, and do they really understand how Spiral Light really works? Am I explaining it right? And, all this crazy ass coarsening stuff. And then the trying to, get out of that situation and not be a part of that. Um, and then watching people get that, and then I'm sitting back saying, ooh. Hmm. So, and then the emotional um energy behind that, and the heartache, and the pain behind it, what everybody's dealing with. So, light, star seeds, it's time to shield up. It is time to armor up. It is time to understand what it means. Today, when I did the reading on Instagram, I got, I think I got my two cards still on top. Yes. I got this card. That's the reflection on how things used to be, and contemplation, and the emotional balancing of things. Then I got this card, the death and rebirth, 13th. Now this is, showing you what the energy is like, what we're moving through. Okay, the death and rebirth. How is it showing up? How is this showing up in your life? Look at that 13. I'm in a room that the numbers add up to a 13. I went through 48 hours of a death and rebirth energy. And if you have not experienced it yet, and you are ascending higher up into your higher frequency of self, you will be experiencing it. And it's not going to be fun. It's going to be where you just feel like you're coming apart. You feel like, holy crap, what's wrong with me? You're losing it. You want to give up. You want to, I mean, and it's constant. It's a constant energy of that wanting to give up, wanting to just say, I'm done, I'm walking away, can't do this anymore. And it is that energy. It really truthfully is. So one of the other cards that I pulled, I'm trying to find it, and I thought it was really, matter of fact, people in the group were like, that is right on the money. And I said, you bet it is. Let me see if I can find it. These cards are so beautiful. It is just, you have to stay shielded. It was, oh, here. Okay, that was that one. And the reason why I'm bringing it up, because is I want you to get the frequency of this. Here it is. Okay. Everything is frequency right now. Okay. It's all about the frequency. And between the 19th and May 1st, the sage of the group has mentioned that these are numbers, these are dates from the 19th to the May 1st, that chaotic magical energy is being implemented, okay, being manipulated for the highest outcome for the lower beings of how they're using it. Okay, so the shield medicine, make plans and focus. Okay, so that's the energy today. Make plans and focus. Yes. And then you're planting those seeds for the success to grow. If you don't shield and focus, you can't have this. So before we get to that full moon, you have to be the shield of maiden. Have yourself armed up. It's all about the armor right now. It's all about, how are you showing up in the world? How are you showing up? Are you letting all of these things come in and trigger you? Are you letting everything bombard you? Are you letting everything just kind of pull you down? How are you showing up? And then at the end, I said, it's kind of like you have to be the seer. You have to be able to see. Even though her eyes are covered, She's still sensing, she's still seeing, she's still connected. So the reason why I use those analogies of the Walking Dead, because we're in a Walking Dead phase. I can't tell you how many stories I'm getting of people questioning me, and they're saying, what is going on? I had this friend that was totally against, and all of a sudden they flipped a Yui, and then they did it. And I said, and what I mean is, so I just said, even though it is free will, but it's all about how that frequency is dialing, how they're going to use it. It's all about the frequency to manipulate. Here's the thing, and I said it just like this, and Spirit came straight through. If it was something good and it was for the highest good and it didn't have any fear around it, it would be fine. But when you put fear around it and you put threat around it, if you're putting threat and you're putting fear around it and you're threatening people, how is that supposed to be good? What are you doing? You're manipulating to get what you want. If it was good and you were doing things from a good space and you were doing things from a higher space and you were doing things from a God space and a good creative inspirational space and a commit no harm to anyone, you wouldn't need threat and you wouldn't need manipulation to do it. You would just need a good heart and a good soul, good intentions. Because as soon as threat comes in, as soon as manipulation comes in, as soon as if you don't do this, you can't go do this comes in, that's not coming from a higher place, is it? Think about it. And all that I've done, it fell for the manipulation. That's what happened. So this time loop energy, you're going to see it play out this week and next week, and it's going to get more intensified. I cannot stress this enough. It's going to get more intense. And you're going to start to feel like you're alone. You're going to start to feel like, oh, I'm going to have to, you don't have to do shit. You don't. Just stay in your sovereignty being and stay divine. Just stay in that. Everybody has free will. And remember, nothing is mandated and nothing is law. It's all free will. Okay? There's this movie. Oh my God, what was the name of this movie? There's several different movies that have this theme. I don't know if it was Devil's Advocate or was it Constantine? Can't remember. But the scenario is, oh, wait. I think it was, oh my God, what is that movie called? The one where she is getting the, no, I think it was Devil's Advocate. Well, it could be Rosemary's Baby because they had to use that in Rosemary Baby. Okay, I'm going to use Rosemary Baby. Okay, so Rosemary Baby. The husband, you guys know, this young couple, and I'm using the older one. I'm not talking about the newer one because the older one was very Luciferian, very energetically out there. So the older Rosemary Baby movie, they move into this apartment and the husband is wanting to be a director, being an actor. He wants to get up in Hollywood world and wants to be all this. Okay, so follow storyline. Follow. Here we go. So in order for that to take place and where he wants to go, he has to sacrifice his wife to carry the seed of the darker being. Okay. But in order to do that, she has to come willingly in order to get to be seated. Even though she was drugged up, manipulated, she still has to come willingly. Okay. There is always something in all these older movie testaments and what, when you got this going on, in order to give up your divinity or your soul, you have to willingly do it. Willingly. You have to willingly do it. Because otherwise they can't take it from you unless you offer it up. Because the whole game is to try to get you to be seated. But they can't do it against your free will. You have to give it up in order to be got. Okay? It's the same with a lot of the singers that go in to go be these singers and stuff. The game plan is to keep you from really being a star. Okay? To keep you from really being a star. And to use you up for their own purpose. And a lot of these singers paint that in, they paint up the images, and the one that really gave an image of what it's like to be a singer and what you have to go through to be one and to get a record label, you really want it that bad, you have to give up your soul, your divinity, your sovereignty, and be a servant to something that needs to feed off of you in order for you to do that. Look at that. Did you see that? Big old light thing just came right in. So you have to give up your soul for that. In order to get to be that big star with all those record labels and stuff. Think about it. Think about all the ones that are only one-time hits. How far did they get? What did they give up or didn't give up or didn't want to give up? And a lot of them have to go through a brutal, kind of like they have to consent to it, sexual stuff that they don't want to do. But in order to get that label, they have to do things. And a lot of them put it in their video of what they have to do. And little Nas put it very graphically of what he did in order to get to his next level, to be a star. Because once you get a taste of stardom and what you can get from that, you can't go back. So you're willing to do whatever. That's a virus, isn't it? To manipulate, to bring in fear on such a level to get you to do something that you normally wouldn't do. Okay? You follow what I'm saying? So, here's the deal. As a star seed, everything's going to be coming up. You're going to be forced to look at stuff. You're going to be forced to go through stuff. You're going to have people fall out of your life. I just had somebody I thought, would have been a good friend, but maybe not. She fell out, acting crazy. And I'm like, okay, you're not a really nice person. And, Sage and I talked about it, and she said she probably got in trouble for helping you. And she didn't want to come up and tell you what had happened. So she's just throwing out all this energy towards you because she got in trouble. And I'm like, well, okay. So pay attention to how the energies are going to be going. You're going to go through stuff with family. Everyone's going to be trying to implement their process on you of what they did, and now you should do it too. No, I'm sorry. If someone said you need to go jump off the bridge on S Street, blah blah blah, because it's going to be a part of your ascension, but if I'm ascending, how is that a part of my ascension? I'm jumping down. I should be jumping up, not jumping down. Follow? Okay. So you're going to have all this game plan going on. You're going to have all this gaslighting going on. You're going to have all this threatening going on. You're going to, like I said, if it was so damn good, why are you threatening people? Why are you manipulating people? Why are you trying to make people feel like if they don't do this and this, they can't go do this and this? If it was so good, if you have a good product and it's so safe, then why are you acting like that? Why are you treating people like that? Because it's not. Because if you were doing good divinely and you were walking in the divine way and walking in that higher benevolent light way, there would be no threats. There would be no manipulations. There would be no gaslighting. Period. There would be no using others against others. There would be no separation. Would there? There would not be any of that if you were coming from a good place with it. Obviously, you're not, because you got to do all this stuff to get someone to bite that freaking apple or to get someone to take that banana. Game on. Shield up, star beings, because we cannot afford to let others go down that loop. And like I said, if you're feeling yourself looping, going through that deathing energy, that all your emotions are coming up and all that stuff is stirring up inside of you. If you're feeling that, you need to pay attention to that. And watch out for the ones that are sitting acting like they got it all together. Nothing bothers them. Watch out for those. Because I guarantee you, the ones that sitting by acting like they ain't got nothing's bothering them. They so perfect. Yeah, watch out. You got a trigger point somewhere. And it's going to show up. It's going to come knocking on your door. It's there. Get in there and do the work. Get in there and find out so you don't become a trigger point. But watch out. Just watch out. You might start off this year and have 12 friends. By the end of the year, you might be the only one standing. Okay? Body snatching time, walking dead time, Rosemary Baby time, Matrix time, hello. All four of these movies have everything in common about manipulation. Got to get your free will. You willingly have to go do it. And then some don't even want you to have the free will to do it. They're going to put the pod next to your bed anyway. And then later ask you if you want the red pill or the blue pill. Red, please. All the way, red pill. I'm not going to make it that easy. You shouldn't make it that easy either. Don't make it easy for someone to take your free will away from you, for someone to take your sovereignty away from you, for someone to manipulate you with fear. That's all they got going for them right now is that fear energy. Look how it's impermeating everything. Dangling the carrot. If you want this, you got to do this. No, you don't. Because if you were coming from a good place, there wouldn't be any of that. Think about it. So you have to shield up. You have to stay in your sovereignty. You have to stay in your truth. And you have to stand and represent that. And there's nothing wrong with it. Last I checked, this was planet Earth. Last I checked, I was a light being having a human experience. Last I checked. Do I need to go into total recall? Do I need to be downloaded into total recall? Someone messing with my 6th day? And maybe the Terminator is going to come along and try to tell me about Judgment Day? Yeah. Didn't see that coming, did you? So I'm telling you, bring it on. Let's get a little Constantine going on before the full moon, shall we? I talk like this because if you know what these movies represented, you know what I'm talking about. It's a little bit of the serpent and the rainbow. Get you to see what they want you to see. Blew that powder in your eyes. So you don't have clarity. You can't see clear. Serpent and the rainbow. Dancing in the land of the living and the dead. Who has a soul, who does not? What's happening? What's going on? Friends today, friends not tomorrow. Okay, and everybody is sitting in so much of judgment of the past. What happened in the past? If you're hanging on to the past, that's going to be a trigger for you. Straight up. It's going to be a trigger. It's going to be a charged trigger energy for you if you're hanging on to it. So don't be hanging on to it. Don't. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. The number 9999, it's 4 nines, quad 9, is an interesting number to work with when it comes to really kind of clearing some things, clearing some energy, and working with it. So start really working with that. 9918 is for all the stuff we've been dealing with since March of last time, when it all first came in. It's all associated with that frequency. That is your kind of like your armor. When you drink it in water and you put that on and drink it, that 9918, it's like taking the blood of a dead body of a walking dead person, and now you got that all over you, and it makes you look like you got it, but you didn't get it. Makes you invisible to the walking dead creatures so they won't bite you. Be careful of your bites that you get. They spread those stuff. Be careful of your bite. All right. All right. I hope you got it. I hope you understand what I was speaking about and how we need to arm up, because between now and May 1st, they are going to do their very best to get as many as possible to get bitten, get infectious bite. All right. So, I'm just going to sit by and watch. Show me how good it is. Show me how good it is. Let me see how good it is. Let me see how safe it is. Because if it's so good and so safe, you wouldn't have to manipulate or threat, right? My mom always taught me if someone's threatening you or making you feel unsafe, then it's not a good thing. Isn't that what it is? So think about that. All right, everyone, have a great day. Be good to yourselves. Thank you for being a part of Be So Light Tribe. Thank you for coming here and watching videos, buying my book on Amazon about the Be So Light Spiral Light Therapy. I am working on a new book that is actually putting together more of the info. I'm gathering all my data and putting it all in together about everything, about spiral light and how it's really going to be clearing a lot of these codes. uh, yeah, they didn't see me coming. Oh, I love it. Just got an emergency alert for an elder. I heard something going off in the other room. I heard a buzz sound. And I said, "Oh, what's that emergency alert thing? They're testing it for the one that's really coming." Ah, ah, don't get caught in the loop. Please don't get caught in the loop, people. All right, don't get caught in it. Let me go check with the elder. Okay, asking if I'm getting emergency alerts. Interesting. Yeah. Oh, by the way, hold on a second. I have to talk about this. I did a phone update on my little phone here. Okay, I was having a lot of problems with my phone. My phone had did an update a couple months ago, got weird, couldn't slide things, wasn't it? And then when I was on my trip, when I was in Sedona, it decided it needed an update. And I said, okay. And it was like, gonna update. And I'm like, okay, what's wrong? All right, fine. Go ahead and update. Updates, I get a brand new screen, brand new everything. Go on to Facebook today. And I'm doing a group video on my Facebook. And hold on, darling. I'm gonna be calling you after I'm done with this video. And this little white dot, hello, little white dot next to my the Facebook thing, and there was this little tiny little white dot just sitting there. And my sage had told me, watch out for the little dot that come up on your phone. You can't see it; it's barely there. There's a little dot, and it means your phone has been activated. It's actually watching you in wherever your location is, not through the camera. It's a separate little dot that pops up watching you. And I saw it, and went like this. And my phone started doing weird stuff, and went like that, and I did all this stuff in front of it. And I'm like, oh, that's that dot the sage was telling me about. And I went close up to the little dot, and I go, hello, little dot, you little AI being. Hello there, you little AI watching me. I don't consent to you. You're nothing but an AI. What do you know? Nothing. You have no soul, nor do you have blood. You're nothing. And I pulled back and started laughing, blah, blah, blah. And then I went back up close again too, and I started going, bloop, 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 bloop. Stop watching me. I see you. You see me. It works both ways. And then it was so weird. And after I was finished, I went ahead and just went, bye, bot. Why not? That's nothing but a bot. Doesn't have blood the first, doesn't have a brain other than what it's told to do, and doesn't have a soul or heart. In and out. All right, lovelies. A little bit more activity. Yeah. But I got the birds chirping. That's all that matters. All right. All right, lovelies. I got to go. Get your medicine on. Get armed up. Get shielded up. Look at this. Isn't it gorgeous? This is a black obsidian. Look at that. Isn't it gorgeous? I just love this. Back in the day, you could not get these very cheaply. This was in Mount Shasta. He went to a couple of shows, came back with a lot of good stuff. And this was like $11. Unheard of. Okay, get your medicine on. Get ready. All right, lovelies. Gotta go. I got phone calls to make. Sage, meet me online. We're gonna talk. I'm gonna call you right now. All right. Gotta go. Conference time. Bye.